That is absolutely fantastic. 320 overhead panel by Wingflex. Wow. Saw this back at Flight Sim Expo 2025 and couldn't wait to get my hands on this thing. This thing is absolutely awesome. But let's go ahead and unbox it for the first time. I haven't seen this yet at all. I am already impressed by the size of it. It is really, really nice. Comes with a quick installation guide, and as you know, Wingflex has its own proprietary software to make everything work. Let's go look at the main thing. Here she is. Oh my, look at that. Wow. Beautiful, absolutely beautifully done. Oh, my nav light is out of place. Oh my word. Look at this thing. Saw the prototype before, first time I'm getting a look at it, and I'm speechless. For the first time, XP is speechless. We're gonna go over all the knobs and stuff. Let me get it out of the package in here and see what else it comes with. And first, see how much it weighs. Oh, okay, it's not bad. All right, we got everything out of the box. We have the panel itself, and this probably is your typical, that's right, USB cable. That's good. And then in this box here, what do we have? We have the power adapter. Comes with the different plugs for the UK or Europe or the American plug. So it's universal. So it comes with a whole bunch of different plugs that you can use in the different countries that you might be in. So here is in the back, you have the USB port and the power port. That's all you have in the back. You also have a VESA mount. So for any kind of universal VESA mount panel, that's for TVs, televisions, monitors, you can use on it. But what I love, it's got a built-in stand, and we're going to deploy that stand now and see how it works. Take one leg down, take the second leg down, and then you pop out the the legs that you're going to be using. There's one there, and you're going to pop it out there and there, line up the socket, and it's now on a stand. There it is. So that's how the stand works. There's so many buttons here, but let's start from the top to the bottom. You have the adheres knob. It's 1, 2, and 3. And feel off the knob. Feels good. It's a good feeling knob, but it's not clicky. You don't hear any clicking behind the knob itself directly. You have the fire discharge, which are buttons that you can indent and press. They go in and stay in and out. You have the fire test buttons here. You have the engine crossfeed, and you have also the fuel pumps. These knobs are push in and out, and they stay in, which I like. They're not just push knobs. Commercial, not sure what commercial is. Is that ground power? No. You have the battery indicator and the battery buttons 1 and 2, and you have the APU gen and the external power. If you got the packs over here for the normal flow, the cockpit, the forward cabin, and you have the temperature controls and the pack 1, pack 2, and the APU bleed. Leave these all off. You also have a cargo heat on here too as well. Coming down to the lighting panel down here. With the lighting panel, you have the, first of all, you have the wing anti-ice, engine anti-ice 1 and 2, and you have the strobes, beacon, wing lights, nav lights, runway turn off, taxi light, retrack for the land lights, start switch is a push, doesn't stay in, master is a stay in switch, and then the window heat probe is an automatic, oxygen supply, and you have the ground control, CVR test, and the all call buttons over here. In the integral lighting for overhead panel, standby compass, dome light, annunciator light, arm. Ooh, this is a good one. This is pull to arm. So you have all the buttons you'll need in the sim to run this overhead panel. Not every single button that's in the airplane is here, but this is more than enough. Versus a completely full-size overhead panel. This is the biggest one I've used so far. I know other manufacturers make a real full-size one, but that thing is twice the size of this. You have the wipers here that we almost missed. And then what I like, rain repellent button. But this is the dome light that they've built onto the side of this overhead panel here. And this is absolutely just fantastic. I'm impressed looking at this thing. This thing is gorgeous to look at. It's not a full-size panel, as you could tell, but it is big enough that this should suffice for your average desktop simmer. And as we take a look around back to see the stand that it's on, so if you're somebody who are not necessarily interested in having this on an overhead panel in your setup, you can put it on a desktop with the built-in stands, which is a very good idea that they did that. And also have the vase mount in the back, and there's some kind of lighting in the back. We'll take a look and see what those are. But it's on the stand here is really nice to have mounted, and you can of course change the angle of if you want it upright or laying flat on that. So this is a very, very impressive panel. Can't wait to get this in the sim, but I'm gonna have to mount this overhead, and this thing does come with a stand to mount. Here it is. Wingflex did provide a stand. We're going to take this out of the box, unbox it, see what's in it, and how does it fit with that. So these two together is going to be the perfect combination of having this truly an overhead panel and not just on a desktop. Let's go unbox this thing. So this stand for the monitor, HM051, not sure if that's the name of it. This is what it looks like when it's done. It's designed to attach to a desktop and stick over, so you'll have it over your head. But it's coming with all kinds of parts. The assembly on this should be interesting. Also comes with the instructions for said assembly. But as with everything, I'm going to try to read the pictogram here and figure it out myself. But as you could tell, it's meant to clip onto a desk or over a desk and attach itself with the vase mount at the back of the unit, so it can have it to hang over. I'm gonna have to somehow modify this to get it into my setup, because you know how my setup looks. But what I love, they sent a extra long USB cord, but this is an extra long cord that it comes with, so if you have it over your desk, you don't have to worry about getting a USB extender. Got wire keepers here. It's got a bracket for the mounting. It's got the arm itself where you're going to attach the vase mount here, and it's got the two extended sticks. Also came along with an extra power supply, which is pretty good. So that came with its own power supply and USB cable, but it was shorter than this one that has extra long power supply. So you have enough cord to have this done and set up. And of course there's your desk clamp. Comes with the Allen key for the tools, the bushing, the washers, the screws, and everything that's needed. I'm going to assemble this together and see if I can get it into my sim. Then I'll show you guys what the setup is. We have to go test this bad boy out in the sim, plug it in, see if it lights up, how it works, and yeah. So let's go put everything together and get it done. And there you have it on the mount from Wingflex with the overhead panel all mounted to it. Let me show you what it looks like in the back here. It's got the vase mount, which is attached to a bracket or arm that you can twist from side to side over here, and it comes down on this mount that mounts to your desk. So if you have a desk, this is a perfect option for you to have the overhead panel right on the desk with the A320 overhead panel from Wingflex. And this is what it looks like from underneath, looking up to it. Absolutely gorgeous. Very nice. Now we gotta go get this in the sim right away and get this bad boy fired up. But it's a beautiful looking panel from overhead, and setup was fairly simple with the desk clamp, put together 3 parts, a couple of screws, and you're there. So let's go ahead and take it into the sim room and take a look at it. All right, so we got the overhead panel ready to go in the sim, and everything is cold and dark down here. Let's go ahead and go battery. We have 27 volts on each side. So if we go battery 1, battery 2, and available power, and the sim just fires up. All the lights come up, all the lights flash. Absolutely crazy that it's capable of doing that with everything here, and all my integral lighting and everything works with the panel down here. And we can go ahead and light up the overhead panel while it goes through its tests mode. This goes really bright, as you could tell. We'll turn it down. Doing a full comparison with the overhead from Wingflex over to the Phoenix here, it has most of the buttons that you will need. It doesn't have the GPWS button, doesn't have the flight control for the ELAC buttons, doesn't have some of the nav buttons at all on there, but it has enough that you can use. And the integral lighting, as I said, is just lovely. Let's go ahead and try the dome light here, see if that works. Oh yes, dome light works. That is absolutely crazy. Dome light actually works in this thing. Just look at this. The dome light actually works on that, and it's actually very functional. Dome light on, medium, off. That's dome light off. That's dome light medium, dome light full. We're gonna go to external power, shut down. And then if we go battery off, battery 2, battery 1, turns off all the components. Shows you APUs available. Same here, APUs available. That's pretty cool. And everything goes dark for us in this. We do use the Wingflex software to make everything work. I haven't had to configure any buttons. And you can go to the equipment page and you can see the 2 pieces of equipment that I have from Wingflex. I have the overhead panel, and I also have a radio panel. But the Wingflex software, you install it, and once you plug in the equipment, they show up when you launch the software, and it's connected to the Phoenix A320 right now. It knows specifically what airplane you have. I have the strobe light on, and I notice when I turned it on, I see a flashing light. It has flashing strobe lights that comes on when you turn it on here. And you turn it off, flashing strobe lights off. I noticed they were lighting on the back of the panel here, but it has flashing strobe lights. Are you kidding me? What about beacon lights? Yep, it has a red light at the top for beacon. You can see it flashing and off. And if I go beacon lights, there's your beacon light here at the top. So if you're in a dark room, it's going to reflect off the walls and you'll see the beacon light working. So beacon on, strobes on. Never expected that. It also have nav lights, and we have nav light red and green that we can turn off. Nav lights is off, nav light on. Right side, left side. I have never seen anything like this. So we have nav lights on the left and right, and that's nav off, nav on, 1 and 2. And if we come to the beacon lights, there's the beacon lights flashing at the top. Then we go to the strobe lights, and we have strobe lights. Unheard of. Absolutely unheard of. That is crazy. I never expected that from an overhead panel at all. Let's go ahead and go a live time, which is nighttime here. And it also controls the airplane lighting for nighttime. So the integral lighting does work as well. So that's the overhead panel. And so it mimics and follows the integral lighting of the airplane too. So everything on the overhead works the way it's supposed to work, all with one software and no configuration needed. There we go. And that matches perfectly with what the airplane is seeing. What about the dome light? Let's try the dome light here. Let's go dome light dim. It lights up in the airplane, it lights up in the room. And let's go dome light bright. So the sim dome light also works. as it should. And also the physical dome light works as well. There you have it. It is the Wingflex 320 overhead panel. Of course, it's not a full-size panel, but it does not need to be a full-size panel for your simming needs at all. So what's my verdict on the Wingflex A320 overhead panel? I love this product. From the first time I opened the box, looked at it, saw the quality, saw the finish work on it, it blew me away. And then getting it set up in the sim with all the different features that it has that other overhead panels similar to this don't have, like the strobe lights, the interior lighting, the dome light, the nav light. Those are things that are extra and above what I expected overhead panel to have. Speaking of the panel, the buttons are really nicely done, which is something that Wingflex has always had on all their products. The button clicks, the button pushes feel good. The software that comes with it, everything worked. I never had to program one switch at all for it to work in the sim. So the price of this is $599. Is it worth it? Compared to other products similar to this on the market, this offers more, and the next step above this is in the thousands of dollars. So check out the link below, give Wingflex a try, and thank you for Wingflex for sending me this product for a review. Thanks.